Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video, it's about who should you choose or who should you summon for from the current patch Esper banner and the upcoming Esper banner. So for the current banner here, we are going to have Chu Yao, Lian and Genie. So this is a very tough choice just judging by the current banner itself. Alright, so for Chu Yao wise, if you really want to get Chu Yao, R0 is already usable. R2 is a better flow for him. It's not mandatory, but it's better. Then for R4 is PvP mandatory, and R6 is PvE and PvP meta. Okay, so if you're thinking about Chu Yao, should you actually summon for him? Depends if you have the Wishstone for it. So if you only plan to get one copy of him, then no worries, don't need to rush for it, cause you can get Chu Yao from the Wish selection banner afterwards if you are not rushing for Chu Yao, or unless you are actually rushing for Chu Yao's resonance, like you get the 70 Wishstone discount here, then you only rush for it. But what is the sweet spot for Chu Yao? It's gonna be R4. Right, so if below that R4, you don't really rush for Chu Yao because you can get him from the Wish selection. But Chu Yao is actually a very strong Esper, especially in PvP and PvE as well. So I would highly recommend get one copy of him, but cause if just one copy, you can every time you can come back to the Wish selection, so no need to worry about that, right? But he is very good, and every single resonance on him definitely worth the resonance, right? Worth the Wishstone as well. Then for Lian here, is a very strong Esper, mostly used in PvP content, but the moment you want to use in PvP content, you have to get a minimum R2 Lian. Minimum R2 Lian, because you need the Lian effect to let her get an extra turn. So after the Dream Bubble pops, then she'll instantly get an extra turn, and this extra turn will able to let her recast the S3 to re-bubble up to gain buff for everyone. So she is very strong, especially if you have the Wishstone to actually able to R6 Lian. At the start of the combat, straight away 2 turn of Dream Bubble, and which means enemy miss rate is increased by 25%, and every time your ally gets a hit, you're gonna heal. So Lian is a very strong Esper, so if you are debating to actually get Lian, if she worth it, totally worth it, especially in PvP content, but have to be R2 above. R2 is the minimum. If you are R0, don't even bother about it, okay? But if you are R2 or R6 and you have the Wishstone to go for it, then go ahead. Totally worth it, and you won't regret. The moment you get R6 Lian, there is a total different gameplay in your game. Then for Genie wise, it's mostly used in PvP. She doesn't shine that big anymore, but it's a very good pair if you have Chu Yao. Because if you have Chu Yao, you are able to apply the Spirit Aegis. That is the one that reduces the getting the critical hit chance reduced by 100%, and which means your Genie will no longer get critical hit. And if your Genie won't get critical hit, Genie herself have a passive, which is every time she gets a hit, this one here, every time she gets a hit, she'll heals by herself for 60% of her lost HP. So if enemy cannot one-shot her, she can just keep on heal back herself, and enemy cannot debuff her because she have the Spirit Aegis. You always dispel the debuff, which means she can also dispel disease. So it's a very good choice if only you have Chu Yao. If you don't have Chu Yao, don't even think about Genie, and Genie needs a minimum R2 to be usable. Before R2, don't even think about using Genie. But Genie is only used in PvP content. So in my own opinion, within this current patch, if you are really rushing for resonance wise, Chu Yao R4, Lian R6. This is the final conclusion for me. If you are thinking about R0, you have more time to actually consider, because you can always come back to the Wish selection pool and just choose the unowned Esper you have and just pick them. Okay, then let's go to the next patch one. Alright, so this is the next patch one. So we're gonna have Sakura, we're gonna have Hilda, and gonna have Liam. Right, so Sakura, a lot of people or a lot of players actually comparing her with Lian, like who is a better healer. But in my own opinion, even though I have not tested Sakura in the global server yet, right? But from what I'm testing in PTR server, my own opinion is Lian is still better than Sakura. But Sakura is better than Lian in Wu Yu team. Okay, it's because the only reason why Sakura is better than Lian in Wu Yu team is she's a defender. That's the only reason why Sakura is better than Lian in Wu Yu's team. First thing, she's defender, so you can make a 5 defender team. And then, the reason why Lien is still better than Sakura is this one. Flora, this Vigor Guard here. Because you need Vigor Guard to keep consistently apply. You need to consistently apply the Vigor Guard on your ally in order to get the healing effect when you get hit. Lien already have that as a default skill the moment she casts S3, and as long as the S3 is there, there's always healing there. And not to mention, Lien has a revive in her kit as well. Right, but Sakura wise is different. You need Sakura to keep casting the Vigor Guard or keep casting S1 to keep proccing the Vigor Guard to your ally. Then the one who have Vigor Guard then will only get healing. So you need to keep on casting that, and this skill can be CD up as well. Right, so even though if you make Sakura until R6, right, okay, so this one here is 10 stack maximum, right? I already asked the devs. Okay, so this one here, even though you make until R6, Lien is still better as a healer because Lien will instantly have the bubble, which means your team can be slower than the enemy team, and your team, every time you get hit, you already get healing. But for Sakura case, you need Sakura to have S3 to cast it first, then everyone get the Vigor Guard first, then only will start getting healing when they get hit, which means your Sakura have to be fast. But if you put her in a Wu Yu team, your team won't be fast, your team will be slow, right? So the only reason why Sakura is better than Lien in Wu Yu team is just the defender thing. Alright, so she's a replacement for Lien in Wu Yu team, but if you are comparing like other PvP team content, Lien is better. Okay, so after saying that, all those things, should you still get Sakura? It really depends. If you have Wu Yu, Sakura is definitely a must. If you don't have Wu Yu, Sakura is considerable. Okay, so R0 wise is a good healer, a strong healer, but is it a must get healer? I don't think so at R0, and no worries about R0, you can always go to the wish selection pool and get it if R0 case. But if you're actually trying to get the discount of this 70 Wishstone to actually summon for her resonance, then which resonance are you actually trying to aim for? I would say R2 is a good spot to stop. Like you get 1 stack of Vigor Guard, which means you can actually block Tolan's S3 one time, or any kind of control effect for 1 time. But is it a must thing to get? Maybe a must for PvP content, but other than that, not really. But if you are actually trying to use Sakura in PvE content, the R4 effect might come in handy for the ally damage plus 12%. But I don't think her resonance is that high priority unless you are like a PvP enjoyer. You have Wu Yu, and then you want to be fully utilizing your Wu Yu, then Sakura R2, R4, R6, totally worth it. Any resonance in Sakura R2 or R4 or R6, totally worth it. Right. But other than that, I won't really recommend Sakura for my early testing in PTR server, right? Maybe I will change my thoughts when it's going on global, and then we found out some other team about her. But for now, I would say not worth it if you already have Lien, and if you don't have Wu Yu and you have Lien already, then you can skip Sakura. But if you don't have Lien and you have Wu Yu, Sakura is definitely a must. Okay, then for Hilda wise, Hilda, I don't think the resonance actually worth it unless you're going for R6. But even though going for R6 is needed that much Wishstone, so I won't recommend you getting for Hilda, because from R0 it's already usable. You don't need resonance on Hilda to be workable. And then the R2 here, not really needed. The R4 here, not really needed. The R6 here is good to have for PvP content, but we have a lot of counter to R6 Hilda already. So is it a must? I don't think so. So I don't think you should actually put your Wishstone on Hilda, in my own opinion. Okay, then for the last one is Liam. So if you don't have Liam and you're trying to get 1 copy, no rush as usual, because you can get 1 copy of Liam from the wish pool selection. But if you are trying to get R2 or R6, definitely worth it. For what situation? For Falsetto Fantasy Sonica. Only for that situation, right? So cause in Falsetto Fantasy Sonica bosses, you need Liam as your main DPS. So Liam R2 would be good, and Liam R6 would be even better. But if you already have Yushu R6, and you don't have Chu Yao, Yushu is still a better DPS in Falsetto Fantasy. But if you already get Chu Yao from the previous patch, the current patch we have, and then you already have Chu Yao, and then you already have Yushu R6, and you're trying to pump your Sonica score higher, then get Liam. R0 is also okay, R2 even better because you can ignore defense for 30%, and then R6 is even better. So Liam is very worth it for the every resonance, and he can also use in PvP content as well, for countering Anna as well because it's a multi-hitter. Right, so for the upcoming patch ones, if you're considering like what should you get, Hilda is a skip for me in my opinion. Like the resonance doesn't matter on her. If you want R0, just get her from the Wish selection pool. You don't have to use it on the Wish banner here. Don't have to rush it. Save your Wishstone. Sakura, if you don't have Wu Yu, skip her. If you have Wu Yu, then definitely get her. If you have Wu Yu, but you already have R6 Lian and you don't have enough investment for Sakura, then you have to depend on maybe you can wait for the next patch and see what is the new Esper coming out. But I would say the priority for Sakura isn't that high in my opinion. Then for Liam, if you want to boost for Sonica, and then you're trying to get better sub DPS damage, then go for Liam Resonance. But is it that high? But if you're not trying to boost in PvE score, then his priority isn't that high. Right, so I would say the next patch here, if you're not a PvP content player and you're trying to save a Wishstone, I think it's a pretty good patch to actually save a Wishstone if you're not trying to get any Esper here after my analyze. Right, so it really depends on your choice. I'm just giving out my own point of view and my own advice after using them in my own content. Right, because a lot of them actually R0 is already usable like Hilda, so you don't have to actually use summon her from the banner. The reason why we want to summon from the banner is just because of the 70 Wishstone discount, because normally if you use the resonance pool, you need 100 Wishstone. Right, so in R0 case, just wait for Wish selection pool, you don't have to worry. Then for resonance wise, I already analyzed everything else, right? So feel free to comment down how do you think or what Esper are you trying to go for, and hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is Gen MP, Rosas15, Molcult Rajali, the Bluest Chulain, thank you so much for the support. And for the supporter and patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Code Wilderness, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwaltz, Rimu, Shawnee, Von Hexa, Luxley, Rawson Bessie, Antonio Winterspoon, Noah Archive, and Marlene Williams. Thank you so much for the support, and special thanks to everyone who have been 1 month, 2 month, and 4 months straight in my support. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.